Ugh, coffee. Good call.
Yes, sir. Nice to meet you, sir.
Nice to meet you as well. I'm DJ.
Weston.
Well, welcome to the earliest fucking show we've ever done.
Is this not the norm?
Surprisingly, no. You know, as you can tell, as much of a morning person as I clearly look to be.
Funny. Yeah, no, Mike was like, he's like, let's do 7 a.m. And he's like, feel free to smoke, drink, do whatever you do normally at 7 a.m. And I was like, Jesus, Mike, what do you do at 7 a.m.?
Right? Oh, man.
Drink, do cocaine if I have it.
God damn. If you had some, I would climb through this TV. Oh, man.
All right, I'm going to call Beasley at this point.
Yeah, might as well. Oh, he read it.
7 minutes, I'll be on.
For sure.
Alright, not even that long.
Oh, that's great.
He definitely woke up right at 7.
Yeah.
Even though he's the one who's like, we got to be there at 7 and DJ's got to leave at 8:45.
I tried to be less aggressive this week. I was like, well, I'll try to be on time. Just make sure you're on time.
See that? We got our own Zoom account now. We don't have to use Roshan's.
I was going to say, that shit looked real official this morning.
That's what I'm saying. Network pulled through.
Man, being on Zoom, I haven't been on Zoom since I graduated, which was like a year ago. But I also
make you do auditions through Zoom?
No, I haven't done one yet. I've heard of it being done, but I have not participated as of yet. I haven't done anything since the pandemic started. Like, I haven't even tried to do anything, to be honest. Well, I mean, at first it was like there was nothing, everything was just shut down. And then it was like, well, I'm out in Colorado Springs. What could I possibly really even do? Yeah. Unless I went up to Denver, but then I got
filming-wise, it's pretty dry down here.
Yeah. There's plenty of theater festivals that happen in Colorado, I've realized.
There's a real small group of people who, is that what you do, is film stuff?
I am just I act no matter what the medium is.
Okay, gotcha.
I'm not super picky. I do enjoy film, probably more so than I've enjoyed theater of late, but whoever's paying, honestly.
Yeah, I feel that. My old roommate, he graduated from UCCS with a film degree. So
that's cool.
He always brought around a lot of the fucking film people. So I should have probably got their names and numbers, but I was probably drunk. So.
Did you have the experience of, because at my college, all the film people were the most chill people in the world.
Oh yeah, I got to hang out with a bunch of them. They were all pretty cool fucking people.
Yeah, I wondered if that was just a universal thing.
I think for the most part, yeah. It's just the people who are pretentious dickbags kind of get all the attention. So
that's true. That's just going to be art school no matter what, right?
Right. Yeah. And you got the natural, stereotype of it all.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But no, everybody he always brought around was hella cool. That's what he does now in Austin. He works for a studio down there, and they get.
Oh, that's super cool.
Yeah, their big job every year that pays his bills is they get contracted out by Fear the Walking Dead or AMC.
Oh, yep.
So he works as a grip for them for 3 months, 4 months out of the year, and then that pays all his bills, and then he just kind of does whatever the fuck he wants after that.
That's pretty awesome. Wow.
Yeah, he's killing it.
Yeah, Austin's a cool city too. What a great place to be based.
Yeah, well, he moved down there because his brother lived down there, and his girlfriend at the time wanted to go to graduate school, and she got accepted to University of Texas at Austin. So they're like, "Fuck it, it's meant to be."
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's a cool place. I have some family that lives there.
I like it. I've only been down there twice, but Would definitely go back. Maybe not in fucking August. Last time I was down there, it was like 110 degrees and just shitty.
Yeah, man. Yeah. It really gets hot there.
Yeah, that's
Houston as well. I'm from Houston originally, and Houston gets hot too, but it's like that humid hot. So it's just, in my opinion, like some of the most miserable weather.
Absolutely, dude. I used to live in Arizona. 113 in Arizona is nothing compared to 100 in Texas because there's no humidity.
But like walking through a fucking thick armpit. There he is. Good morning, sunshine.
Morning. Sorry.
Hey, princess. I could
You
make
look like
fun
I
of you
feel.
right now, but I'll let you wake up first before I start hurling insults at you.
What did you say, Mike?
I said, you look like how I feel.
Yeah. Hold on, dude. I gotta take a shot and get ready for the day.
This episode brought to you by Danimals.
Because nothing feels more like cum in your mustache than a little bit of leftover Danimals.
I don't know. Icing could definitely feel like, some cum in your mustache.
Can you imagine drinking like half of Animals and then being like, I'll save this for later? And then
putting it back in the fridge. Just open, not even with
exactly.
on it.
Yeah.
I can't imagine the level of poverty you would have to be in at a certain point in your life for that to be socially acceptable in your fucking head.
Your roommate like goes to throw it away one morning and you like absolutely freak out on him, just like, what are you doing? That's my leftover Danimals.
Oh my god.
What about second breakfast?
Or 11sies.
I just think it's hilarious that somebody thought, hey, drinkable yogurt's going to be a fucking hit. And it absolutely was.
Dude,
You guys remember Go-Gurt? Do they still sell Go-Gurt?
Oh, yeah, Go-Gurt's still a fucking thing.
Fuck yeah.
It is like the
Go-Gurt's
tubes,
shit.
the tubes and everything.
Relive your childhood, bro. Buy Go-Gurts, like buy Danimals, like enjoy
I
them.
have like 300 Otter Pops in my freezer right now, and I'm not even ashamed of it.
I'm about to eat a Suck Me sauce.
Oh, I got some Suck Me sauce for you.
Oh, I know you do.
I drank 3 cases of Capri Suns last week in just 1 week. It was awesome.
Oh, dude, that's my norm.
You know what? I did notice that
them.
at work. Yeah, you were bringing Capri Suns to work, and I was like, man, Mike is living life.
If I could try, work at a shitty job, and do this.
It's like going to the gym with a Goku shirt on.
Yeah.
It's always like a huge dude wearing a Goku shirt at the gym.
Yeah, but his
That's
voice
the
is
one
like,
dude.
hey guys, check out my Goku shirt.
Fair.
Yeah, exactly.
But if you walk up to him and talk shit, he's gonna smash you like a tin can. You're like, hey, Goku's fucking whack. And then he goes, smash.
No, he's got to scream for 6 episodes first. Have you ever seen the show? Come on now.
Oh, my bad.
He's got to power up.
Yeah.
And then you can just walk away at a really, really slow pace and you'll be fine.
I've been doing a whole rewatch on Dragon Ball Z recently. That was like my thing I started during the pandemic. I'm still not done. Admittedly, I'm not super dedicated to it, but I have noticed some things. Goku's a terrible father.
Oh, awful.
Yeah, really, really bad dad. Did not realize that when I was a kid watching it, but yeah, wow, terrible father.
I think he's got some form of severe autism for sure, because
I would agree with that. Well, where does all that strength come from, you know?
Exactly. Thank you. All right.
It's like a mice and men, right? He's got like the Lenny thing going on.
Yeah, right? Let the rabbit down, Lenny.
Yeah.
Dragon Ball Z is like the story of most hood motherfuckers. Dad's gone, they get trained by some weird old guy, and then they end up fighting his ass once they go to prison. It's just
that's where all the black fathers are going into the clouds to learn martial arts. God damn.
Hey, bro,
Who'da thunk?
If you got Newports and Bula in the sky, like I know a lot of motherfuckers who would bounce for that.
Who is that? The fucking the blackface character in Dragon Ball Z that lives in the clouds.
Oh yeah, Mr. Popo.
Mr. Popo. Yeah, nobody really fucking talks about that shit, do they?
Yeah.
Is he blackface, or does his character just happen to be colored black, and then he's like imitating Arab or Indian people?
See, that's the thing is weird. Too. But here's the thing, like pretty on in the American version, they were like, all right, like this is a bit too much. They changed his skin like blue for like I want to say Dragon Ball Z or something.
So instead of being one of the Untouchables, he just looks like Indian deity. So
yeah, exactly. It's like ridiculous, man. It's like
what's more ridiculous is that he's not even the black character in that show. The green guy is the black character in that show.
Oh, Piccolo, yeah. Piccolo. Derek was telling me that at work the other day. He was like, "Dude, I was like, Derek, why do black people like black dudes love Dragon Ball Z? Like they love it." And
Piccolo.
And he was like, "Dude, Piccolo's black." And
as fuck. Welcome this week, everyone, to Two Guys, One Mic. I am sorry that I was late. We are joined, as always, on the ones and twos by Mr. Michael Foster. Wave to everybody, Mike, instead of clap noise here. Hey. And right underneath Mike, and somehow underneath me, which I should be at the bottom today, this is kind of confusing, we've got DJ.
Man, I just love that you plug your power bottom almost every week now.
Yeah, I love it. That's great.
I like your power bottom. That's a really great name for a game.
I'm trying to get my OnlyFans. It's actually the name of my OnlyFans. I'm trying to get that to start popping off. That way I can start selling ad space with pussy, because I feel like that's even more lucrative than normal ad space. And but as well, there's a gentleman with us who has a beautiful mustache, the shirt of a boog boy, and he sounds kind of southern. Who the fuck is this man, Mike?
This is the great actor Weston Barnwell.
Hello, sir.
It's nice to be here.
Hell yeah. So tell us a little bit about yourself, Weston. Exactly how long is your penis?
I'll go with 4 to 6, and depending. And but a bit about me is I as Mike said, I'm an actor, or was one for a long time, and then COVID broke out, and then it's been a very long year, but hopefully that'll be changing soon. Get back into it. But I'm from Houston, Texas originally.
Okay.
Yeah, and I don't really know what else.
My whole family is from West Texas, so I sniffed that shit out.
Yeah. Man, Texas is just way too big of a place. It really is.
Yeah.
It's like my grandfather used to be a police officer in Beaumont, Texas, which is about 45 minutes away from the Louisiana Texas border. He was filling up his cruiser one day, and there was a guy filling up his car next to him, and he was like, and apparently he was driving from California to Florida, and he looked at my grandfather and he was like, "How big is this goddamn state? I feel like I've been driving for 2 days and I'm still in Texas." And he's like, "Well, you're just about out. 45 more minutes that way and you'll be out of it."
That's funny.
Yeah.
For real though, Texas is fucking too long.
Texas is huge, man.
It's way too big. It's so dumb.
The whole road trip from Colorado to Texas is like it's literally a day and a half of just Texas.
Yeah. No joke.
What, driving from Houston? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a day and a half of just Texas. 100%.
It's only a whole day if you're driving to Dallas.
It's a whole day if you're driving to Dallas, and it's only like 8.5, 9 hours if you're driving to Lubbock. But most of that drive is fucking Texas, which is, I never really thought about that. That 9 hours, the majority of it, because you cut through like a corner of New Mexico. and you get to the border in like 3 hours. So like 5 of 9 hours is in fucking Texas to get to Lubbock.
Yeah, there's like a moment anytime I'm making the trip from Houston to Colorado that like I get to Dallas, like on the way back, I get to Dallas and I'm like, you know what?
I could just live in Dallas.
I could go 6 more hours. I could do it. Or there's a moment I get to Dallas and I'm going so completely fucking insane. Like I'm just like saying shit just to like keep myself awake. It's like moments like, yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's like, I would love those moments to be recorded to just know like what kind of bullshit is coming out of my mouth.
Oh yeah.
Dude, you should definitely just put up one of those, the dash cams that just face the drivers, so they're really not going to do anything for you in a legal situation.
Oh yeah.
But entertainment-wise, pure gold.
Right.
I think what people need is they just need 360-degree cameras on their dash. That can solve a lot of issues.
Like the little ball things that like constantly record, like the ones they're using for concerts and shit nowadays. How expensive?
I feel like that would get me in more trouble than anything.
No, for sure. It'd definitely be a way for insurance companies to like blame people for accidents for like scratching their balls as they went through the intersection or something. They'd be like, as you can see, Mr. Smith's testicles were being thoroughly played with and hazard. And then somehow you get out of running a red light because James Smith's testicles were itchy that day.
I thought you were talking
that would
about
be like
me.
that'd be such like a funny like court
was.
scene to watch for sure. Like and so it's for more than 2 seconds. So was he playing with them? Like that's gonna be like the whole thing, right? It's like how long exactly, Mr. Smith, were you scratching your testicles?
According to a study done at Stanford last year, one shake, it takes approximately 1.5 milliseconds. And he was down there for approximately 18 seconds. Sounds a lot more than 3 shakes to me. Yeah. Verdict, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, he was playing with it.
Yeah, right? Was he in fact playing with his testicles, or was he not?
That's funny.
We, the jury, find the defendant guilty of playing with his balls.
Take his license away. Goddamn.
Could you imagine a man just standing in court like, who doesn't play with their balls sometimes?
Right, just getting dragged out of court. Getting all violent.
Who are you to judge me?
It was 3 shakes, not 4.
I was at the line.
The light was yellow.
Oh, man.
For some reason, in my head, the defendant is Louis C.K.
Oh, man.
Damn.
Making the whole situation much harder to defend.
What kind of situation would that be, though? Like an Uber? Like he's sneak masturbating in the back of an Uber? Like, hey, Uber driver, do you want to adjust the camera and watch?
No, he's just locking eye contact with the lady in the car next to him at the red light. Just beating off, just staring her down. Like, hey, got the windows rolled down too, just non-blinking, just...
What's better is she's in an SUV and he's in a small commuter car, so he's looking up at her and making sure she can see everything that's going on.
Yeah, just slowly leaning his chair back too, so she gets a better view.
Isn't it interesting that after all that stuff came out about Louis C.K., like there was almost like a resounding, yeah, like from everybody. Like,
is anybody surprised?
Yeah, like no one was like, oh, what? Crazy. No.
I don't understand how he was canceled because, like Weston said, like we all just collectively are like, yeah, so what?
Yeah, 100%.
So I get that like TV networks and like movie networks aren't going to pick him up anymore, but how free access the internet is, like he could definitely just start a channel somewhere and make a
He has. He's got stuff on his website now, yeah.
Exactly.
The only people who canceled him are clearly people who have never been beaten off in front of. And that's a minority, I think, to be honest.
SJW liberal sweetheart Sarah Silverman was unfazed by Louis C.K.'s tiny Irish penis. and proceeded to actually make fun of him and leave the room like everyone should have done.
Right.
Literally.
I figured she would have just turned and whipped out her tiny Irish penis, but little disappointed she did.
I feel like it's just the women population who probably haven't really been masturbated in front of like
That's
a lot. Because I feel like as dudes, like you go over to other dudes' houses, like people you think are cool, and you find out they're not cool just by staying the night once. You're like, yeah, this isn't. Why are you touching yourself, dude? I'm here.
You wake up to get some water. You just
Like, dude, I could just give you a hand job. Just let me know.
yeah, man. Do you need me to spit on it for you?
And God forbid you had a hogger in high school. You'd walk around in the locker room like, hey guys, check it out.
Dude.
Right, like, just
High
saying,
school
like, I've
sports.
seen a lot of people touch their dicks. Like, it's not unusual.
I've watched my male friend wake up another male friend by slapping him in the face with his cock. And that shit's hilarious. That shit's hilarious. I think he came a little bit too because, who wouldn't?
To fill in the holes on DJ's story, him and another male friend woke up a male friend by forcing fellatio on him.
Yeah. And that was what was expected
I think we need to cancel
of us.
you, not Louis C.K. Oh, for
Probably.
real. Oh my God.
I got canceled last week when I did my R. Kelly cover.
You know what? I was talking about R. Kelly last night, similarly to Louis C.K. So it was like maybe a couple months ago, like I was listening to some random playlist and Remix to Ignition comes on. And I was like, you know what? I forgot how great this song is. I really enjoy this song.
It is great.
Right? I was like, I really enjoy this a lot. And then I looked at the album, and what I did not realize at the time was that song is on an album called Chocolate Factory. And considering what we know about Mr. Robert Kellysworth, that's
He might have been shitting on some people, and we don't know that yet.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Dude, there's probably a bunch of skeletons in his basement right now because he hasn't been able to let them out for fucking air in the last fucking few
Hey, what's even
miles.
more fucked up, yo, is the the cover, okay, is all gold. It has R. Kelly like behind a printed out like bow cover in what would appear to be a pimp suit and or black Willy Wonka. Willy Wonka wore a pimp suit. It was purple. That is the cover to this fucking album, okay? It looks like it's secretly about piss.
Oh yeah,
It's definitely R. Kelly as Willy Wonka.
That's where they got the idea for dick in a box. He just put piss in a box. You open it, he splashed it on you.
It's my piss in a box. Ooh. I'm pissing
That whole
in a box
song's just
here,
got
girl.
the sloshing noise is the metronome.
He's talking about piss in the box. He's just handing host Tupperware.
One for you.
It's a
Not even
refillable box.
Just like, hey
Made
man,
out of
you want some
plastic.
piss? Hey, you want some piss? Get some piss.
Take this piss, and then you go ace that algebra exam, girl.
Oh my God, is this liquid luck like in Harry Potter? Yeah, we'll call it that.
Dude, it is crazy, like the way that people like Harry Potter. Like I like Harry Potter, but I don't like Harry Potter the way that most of y'all like Harry Potter, man. Like there's people just like it's a Zodiac or something.
For real.
So I'm like a 70th percentile to where like I like Harry Potter. I have the Deathly Hallows tattooed, but I will never have a conversation about what house I belong in. Like it's my zodiac sign. Exactly. That's a hilarious point.
You're not 70% then, you're below that because there are some
Sick. I'm
real like the thing is it's like if you're a grown ass adult and you go because I've been to the Harry Potter thing at whatever the fuck Universal Studios or wherever that shit's at, Disney.
I'm jealous.
And we did this the thing for the wands where they do the wand selection shit,
Mm-hmm.
and it's pretty cool. Like they pick somebody out of the crowd to give a free wand to, and I'm like, oh, that's cool, like a little free little wand, and they always give it to a kid because why the fuck would you? Then you go through this whole thing, and then you get to the end. And they're like, all right, well, here's the wand that selected you. Would you like to buy it? You're like, yeah, sure. What do I owe you? They're like, how about $87? It's like, that's a piece of fucking wood. Like and now I know exactly how long those things are. So it's like, you're gonna sell me 10 inches of thin elm wood.
Unless
tell me there's
dragon.
a dragon.
Well, no,
unless
now,
I get
during
to pet
COVID,
the
I believe
dragon.
that shit.
It's like, I mean, sure, a lot of people have $87 that they can easily drop on a stick, but at the same time,
it's got like a phoenix feather in there. I mean, come on, that's rare.
Yeah, right? I guess so.
You know, yeah, I've never seen a phoenix before. How'd they get it?
This one has a feather from the last California condor.
I'm just gonna go back and buy one and break it open. If there's not a fucking feather inside, I'm gonna start punching kids. Let me check your one.
There's a Texas kid with like, I got mesquite and a buzzard's feather.
And there's a white kid wearing a Confederate flag shirt.
Oh man,
there's a thread of a rope that lynched a black man in mine.
Dude, so growing up
to be the grand wizard. To be the grand wizard. That's what you get in your wand.
Yeah. Just grabs it, just like instantly a fucking white hood just appears on his head.
Like the Death Eaters, but they're all wearing white.
You're a grand wizard, Harry.
You're a grand wizard.
No wonder all those kids were fucking white except me.
And he's like, I'm a what?
Instead of speaking parcel tongue, it's just like a deep southern accent comes out.
Harold Potter.
I don't do that. I don't go get him. Don't, you know.
We were down there on the bayou with the down there things.
He just announces himself every time. He's like, listen now, I am intolerant as shit, okay? Like
his Patronus is just a beat up Ford truck.
Oh god. If Hogwarts was in Alabama.
Oh man.
Instead of Harry Potter, Harold Putnam.
Fuck.
You know the thing about it though, if Hogwarts was in the deep south, literally nothing would change because it'd still just be a bunch of white kids. So
that's true.
There'd be one black kid.
They wouldn't have the midget professor because they would not know how to handle that.
No, I've seen Oh Brother Where Art Thou. He'd be okay.
Dude, when you inbreed that much, there's at least 3 midgets in the family, bro. Like that's normal.
Dude, they're like their magic orchestra is just like a fucking banjo and a jug that's just playing themselves, and a washboard
and a fiddle.
Doing
fiddle.
A fiddle with two of the strings missing.
The banjo can be like one of the coolest instruments if played like extremely well, but like to like the most terrifying thing in the world if it's played poorly and like at night. Like
yeah, you hear an amateur banjo player like just coming through the woods at you in the pitch dark. Like chances are he's got 3 eyes and 5 other mutants with him that he's gonna
If you're not at a bluegrass festival and you hear a banjo, you better really hope that you're white.
First of all, have you ever seen anybody who's not white at a bluegrass festival?
Yes.
Darius Rucker.
That's true. Yeah.
Dude, Hootie and the Blowfish, bro. I mean, like, Hootie's blow. I'm just kidding.
Ah, damn, I thought he was the Blowfish.
Wait a minute.
Oh man, that's fuck. All right, what else is on the agenda today, Mike?
Well, it's game time, and Weston, I brought you under kind of false pretenses. Yes, we brought you here for a good conversation, but DJ happened to lose last week, and we wanted to give him a shot at redemption. So he's going to be playing his games against you this week. Beasley will also be a character in these scenes. We're going to actually do a Harry Potter game. Beasley is going to be the sorting hat, and he's going to sort you into houses. Whoever has the funniest reaction will win the points for the round.
Do I have to sort them into actual houses, or can I follow along some of our earlier Harry Putnam theme?
No, you got to sort them into actual houses.
Oh, okay.
However, they can make up whatever character they'd like. They can give them any background that they'd like. Totally up to them.
Wait, so we're just creating like a little Potter character here? Is that what we're doing?
Yep.
Cool.
We're reacting to the houses we're getting put in, huh?
I am the Sorting Hat. You have to wear me.
Dude, if you don't make your face look just like that hat, I'm going to be fucking upset. Pretty close. That's all I needed.
I'll go put a cone on my head like I got one somewhere.
I doubt that.
I stole one of HCD's cones when I left.
Just one?
Yeah, I just have one. It's like a pearl, too. It looks perfect. They're like $17 a piece. Fuck off.
You want Weston to go first, or you want me to go first? What do you want to...
I don't care who goes first. Let's do it. Right. Who's feeling froggy?
I can go first, I guess. All right. Where am I going, homie?
Tall, lanky, slightly annoying. Hufflepuff!
Hufflepuff. I'm Cletus fucking Sweetwater, and you're putting me in Hufflepuff. My dad and his dad before him were the Grand Wizards. Okay?
Another little fucking racist pureblood. Are you kidding me? Every year I have to deal with you little assholes, and I have to stick you in Slytherin because you're so racist.
That's all I want. I just want to fuck Draco Malfoy in the ass. That's it. Look at how cute he is.
If you wanted to fuck him in the ass, you could have told me when we could have put you in Gryffindor. You could fuck him every week on the Quidditch pitch. But instead, you're over here complaining.
Yeah, I'm fucking complaining. Hufflepuff? Who wants to be a goddamn badger? Answer? Fucking nobody.
I could have said you were a muggle and had snuck in here if you had really wanted to, you filthy little mudblood. Shut the fuck up and go to your house.
Look, if I don't get to fuck Draco Malfoy's sweet hairless asshole immediately, I'm gonna put a white hood over this little hat, just like my granddaddy did before me. And then we'll see how much sorting you're doing. Look.
Oh, the sorting changes when you put that on me.
I'm a Slytherin, man. Let my snake release into Draco's asshole, and then I'll have Crab and Boyle hold him down. It'll be a whole rape fantasy for me. It's going to be amazing.
So I know you want to go sit with all the purebloods, but would you please go sit with all the gay kids so I don't have to hear about this anymore? There's 9 people in line. There's a gentleman in a Hawaiian shirt who looks 7 times more magical than you in line right now. And you're taking up this time arguing with me. I'm the fucking Sorting Hat.
Well, you're sort of shitty.
Fine. I'm sick of it. Slytherin!
Fuck yes.
Next.
Alrighty. Let's get this show on the road.
There's not a cow wrestler house, but I need you to loosen up a little bit. Mustache, longer hair. Bible Belt parents. Gryffindor.
Feels good, baby. Feels good. I'm gonna be a main character. The rest of y'all can fuck off. Well, thank you kindly, sir.
Short and sweet, I love it.
I think he gets more points just for being respectful and kind.
Who the fuck killed it? 4 lines, he kills it.
Literally, everybody sits down other than Harry Potter, and they're like, yep, I'm going to that house. This dumb cunt thinks he's a fucking main character and wants to argue the whole time, like, but I don't want to be like Voldemort.
I don't want to be a magic Nazi.
That's all.
A magic Nazi. I don't want to be a magic Nazi.
Everybody knows you can smash the most ass in Slytherin. That's all I want. All right.
I mean, Gryffindor is definitely like kind of like the kind of rapey frat bros of.
I was about to say 100%, but at the same time, like it's just butterbeers, you're getting roofied by a kid in Slytherin who like loves potions.
Yeah.
I feel like Ravenclaw is probably where most of the ass happens. You know, they're like the jocks of the magic world. Dumb, but they're super good.
The Gryffindors are it's one of those they're all like the dudes who put like feminist in their Tinder bios, you know?
To get pussy,
Yeah, like that's all the Gryffindors.
I'm gonna super cuck so that way I can get laid.
Yeah.
All right, bro. Sweet.
So we're gonna give 2 points to Weston and 1 point to DJ because I really did like all the knowledge that DJ dropped on that.
Yeah, see, I at least I'm not funny, but I'm knowledgeable.
Hey, that's my shtick. Shut the fuck up.
I'll show you my shtick if you show me yours.
Not on camera. Weston's a little new. I don't want to scare him away yet.
Yeah, we both.
It's just a part of the Harry Potter roleplay, right?
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Extra potions at Professor Snape's. More like
I'll show
extra
you
lotion
my
at Professor
Wormwood
Rapes.
Snape. It's pretty good, right?
Yours would be small enough to be a wormwood. And not snake timber!
It's not that it's small, it's just that it's like unrealistically thin. It's like a French fry.
I don't think small but mighty applies to penises.
It does if they're normal girth. Like you could have a 4-incher as long as it's like, you know, a solid circumference.
Or not like a fucked up shape as well. That's something
like,
that that has recently come to my attention, that some of them can be real fucked up shape.
You got like
Curved weird.
The like sharp 45-degree angle in the middle of
this.
Like
this chick I matched with on Tinder one time told me about this dude who she's like, it went like straight out and then curved down like a water faucet. Like, and I was like, "What did you do?" And she was like, "I sent him home. I couldn't. Like I
didn't
and I
know
was
how
like,
to put it
oh
in my mouth, let alone
god, like that poor man. Oh my god.
Like no one eats a candy cane from this end, bro.
Yeah.
just
like, can I imagine being that guy?
Throw his cock, it returns to you like a boomerang.
Are you just secretly telling us about a time that you got sent home because you have a water faucet penis?
I have something to admit, yes.
The bulb,
but it's the other way. It actually goes the other way. It's like a fish hook, curves backwards.
Oh, see, those ones are cool. You can like hang stuff on those.
No, but it's like, it's like really a curve. Like it almost points back to my body. Like it's like,
almost a full loop-de-loop.
Always
like
coming.
Like a Hot Wheels track.
Yeah, exactly. Well, there's definitely enough length for it to be like that. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, totally.
Nice.
The DJ's just like 3 dip cans stacked on top of each other, real thick. But we're not really gonna punch any walls.
Yeah, no. If I run into a wall, it's gonna be my nose first. My big Scottish nose. But the dick,
Scottish nose.
the girthy dick is like a mini airbag. So,
Dude, the only
once my nose breaks, then I'm not my hips aren't going to touch. So.
I'm so sorry, but you said my big Scottish nose, and I'm just imagining like Nazis going door to door, opens up to his family, and he's like, and it's like, what happened to your nose? Oh, I ran into the door with my big Scottish nose.
Truth be told, the one group of people that can challenge Jews for nose size is Scottish people. It's like Eastern European Jews,
Italian people,
Scottish people, and Italian people are just like battling over big sniffers. I think that's why Italy joined.
Lebanese people too. Lebanese people.
Yeah, I was gonna say you got some Middle Eastern people with huge noses too. So
yeah,
and those are definitely ones that come from the line of Ishmael.
Did that mean that Abraham's nose was just massive?
Yeah, because Isaac and Ishmael were brothers, and like the Israelites are all the descendants of Isaac, and the Muslims are all the descendants of Ishmael. And Lebanese people tend to be Islamic, or
there's actually like a huge percentage of Christianity in.
I was about to say that too.
Yeah,
there's a ton
French Lebanese.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so like that's apparently like a remnant from the Crusades. Like that's like apparently just like a bunch of French people showed up and just started doing, crusade shit.
French shit. They fucked 16.
Yeah.
Cool. They were doing French shit.
Yeah, and and doing like some Deus Vult type stuff, and then they decided, you know what, hey, let's just stay here, and so there's like this huge Christian population in Lebanon,
and it's all like semi-hot, huge-nosed Lebanese women. Terrible.
It's true,
faces,
yeah.
Great bodies. I know one.
Like Mia Khalifa body, Sarah Silverman face.
Holy fuck! That literally describes the girl me and Mike used to work with.
So, but is Sarah Silverman a 1 or a 0?
Oh wow! I would have said Sarah Silverman's like a 2.
Well, so here's the thing, though. No, here's the thing. I'm talking about the binary scale here.
Yeah,
you're just distilling it down to not 0 through 10. No, 1 or a 0. You would or you wouldn't.
I would.
Yes,
easily, right? Yeah,
I wouldn't, but I'd be afraid that she was going to make funnier jokes than me while we were trying to get it on, and that would just throw me off.
No, see, that's totally what I'm there for. Like, I'm hoping to put on one of the most.
It would like become like a little competition.
To be more disappointing for her, though. Like, I'm not trying to give her the time of her life.
Right. Yeah.
I'm trying to be like one level less disappointing than Louis C.K.
Yeah, it's still hit. I would expect her to humiliate me the whole time.
I would fuck her for a chance to hang out with Brian Posehn. I wouldn't even be doing it for her. I'd be like
when she come, you're just like, all right, where's your buddy?
Where are your more funny cast members?
He's just in the corner watching you, like, oh, this is just sad.
Dude, if you know who Brian Posehn is, that seems like a very Brian Posehn thing to do.
For sure. He just dresses up as Hodor in the corner. And just like,
oh my god, yeah.
Game of Thrones. How sad.
I'm currently watching Game of Thrones for the first time ever. So
how do you feel about it?
It was real shitty for the first season, then it got interesting, and now I'm at like the end of the 4th season, and I'm getting real bored again. So, and it's like my whole thing was like, I know I'm gonna hate it by the end, because I wasn't completely like isolated from all the backlash of how shitty the last season is. So it's like, that was my whole thing. It's like, I'm not gonna waste X amount of hours of my life trying to hopefully get into this show, just to be let down by the end of it. And it's
I'm kind of disappointed with Hollywood's greed, because they did a really good job for doing a book series into movies and waiting on the last book. Hollywood had to wait on the last the last 3 Harry Potter books when they started making movies to finish the series the right way.
Yeah.
They waited for the books to come out before they threw them into film. The final book of that whole genre, or that whole story by George R.R. Martin, hasn't even been released yet. And Hollywood was like, you know what? Fuck it. We're just going to write the ending and give it to you guys. And it's not close to his shit. And I feel like that's the big issue.
Here's the thing, though, is like, that last book has been being written for like a decade now.
Yeah.
And Game of Thrones blew up so big, like, you think the public would have waited unknown amount of years for George R.R. Martin to fucking finish his book series to get the last season? No. They would have rioted in the street. Right, it would have been like the U.S. Capitol storming, except for studio, whatever the fuck they shoot it on. Yeah. And so, I mean, it's clear that the people who were making the show didn't have a ton of creative talent other than just like being able to adapt a book, which is tough in itself. But I mean,
that is true. Yeah, you can just totally tell once they don't have that foundation of an above average writer to kind of like fall back on. It's just it all falls apart for them. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. And George R. R. Martin was probably just like, yeah, you guys make your last season so I can see how well it does, and then I'll base my my final book off of that. So since it fucking tanked, he probably just scrapped whatever he had. It was like, well, that wasn't gonna fucking work.
You can tell he's really not into it at all, because like he always had people like pressure on him to like finish the next book whenever it was just a series.
Yeah.
But you know, it was mostly like these things were written in the 90s and early 2000s, so it's like most people weren't, you know, there wasn't like this impending presence of social media on him. It was just mostly people writing him letters and shit, right?
Yeah.
You know, and then Game of Thrones blew up in this huge way. Now he's like the center of attention for this like immensely popular show, and everybody's like, when are you going to finish the thing? And I just don't think he's reacted well to the pressure of all that.
He's just like, I just wanted to write a book about medieval people and incest.
Right?
Dude,
everybody expects so much from me.
He doesn't look like a product of incest. He looks like the dude who starts the family lineage of incest.
He is
like
patient zero.
He is patient zero on like kid fucking in his family. That's the kind of Martin looks like.
Dude, yeah, everybody in his family realized that, so they just never sent him an invite to the family reunion.
He looks like him and J.K. Rowling get together for coffee and rant about trans people together.
Definitely. Well, that's why in my book I just had everybody's dicks cut off.
And she's like, if anybody wasn't pureblood in my books, we treated them like trash. I'm secretly racist too. It's like, oh, you're British. We know that wasn't. You didn't have to tell us. We know.
Oh, crazy! The British were racist. Yeah.
J.K. Rowling's just giving him advice. She's like, "Look here, if you ever get into any hot water, just put out a tweet that says one of your characters was secretly black all along. Nobody will know the wiser, and everybody will love you for it."
For all the kids who read the books,
trans rights.
they're like reading and they're like, "Oh, Dean, blah 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 blah," and then they see the movies and they're like, "Why is Dean black?"
Have you seen the interview with George R. R. Martin where he's at some kind of like convention or something like that, and they're like, you know, why are all the slaves in the Game of Thrones TV show brown people? And George R. R. Martin's like, well, number one, I don't really have anything to do with casting at all. He's like, number two, in my books, it's like you know, the old school style of slavery where like if you lost a war, you're now a slave. You know, it doesn't matter what color you were.
Yeah.
He's like, the other thing is when we filmed those scenes, we filmed them in Morocco. And when you have that many people on camera, you have to put out a call for extras. And when you put out a call for extras in Morocco,
in Northern Africa,
Moroccans show up. like
fucking for real. Holy fuck.
Yeah.
It was literally like the most anti-racist thing they could do. They were like, we're here local, we're gonna pay the local people to do it, and everybody was like, why are the slaves brown?
Yeah, and it's like, yeah, because we can't pay for like 900 people from every country to fly to Morocco for a weekend.
Well,
I'm not going to watch a show unless I'm not going to watch a show unless the slaves are culturally diverse. Honestly, it's not going to be worth it for me.
The Vikings is your show then. White slaves everywhere.
I really don't give a shit, dude.
I know. I was just letting you know.
Also, like, if I was George R. R. Martin, I'd just be like, have you read a history book?
Dude, yeah, no, I would have been like, okay, so like, these people are literally all from a place where they're worried about winter, okay? Generally, brown people don't worry about winter. Tribally, these people all lived in the north. They went south. They won battles. They took slaves. This really has nothing to do with like the initial setup of what these people look like. It's kind of all geography right now. Until the Spanish, but this is all pre-Spain.
Yeah. Admittedly, also the Game of Thrones like map, like the world map, makes absolutely no sense.
I was just thinking that same fucking thing.
Yeah, it's like so there is kind of part of it where it's like did you have to go to Morocco for this? Like you could have stayed in Northern Ireland, right? Like you guys are like on the same longitude, roughly speaking. Like
Right.
You know?
Oh yeah, dude. It's it's a show. That's all I have to say. People
That's the
got
other
their
thing,
dicks
yeah.
way too hard about this whole fucking show. Like
It is true, yeah. Well, and like to go off Matt's point, there is like, that's my huge problem with TV nowadays is that like you can see the studio unless it's a really 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 well done TV show. You can totally see the studio like working the gears in the background because like you get these shows that they'll just go on forever and ever and ever, and all the good shit was 2 years ago. And it's just because they're trying to milk it for every cent it's worth and then go to the next thing. And it's like,
why the Big Bang Theory had way too many seasons.
Right?
Yeah,
that's the problem with the Game of Thrones. Is like it's a fine show. Like it's good, it's entertaining, it's got really good scenes, it's shot well, whatever the fuck you want to say about it. But people got so fucking like wet over the fact like they had one like pretty spectacular season. Season 2 is amazing. And then everyone's like, it's the best show ever made. Holy fuck. If you're not watching it right now, then you can't watch TV ever because you're a piece of shit.
right.
It's like, it's not that.
The hype train starts to work, yeah.
And once one or two, like loud people start saying shit like that, everyone else is like, yeah, it's got to be the best show ever made. That's guy just
well, and Game of Thrones also totally, in my opinion, like it totally fucked the whole like fantasy genre from that point on because it was such a game changer for everybody that like now anything fantasy you watch or even just historically related for that matter is like way oversexed. Like there's like that documentary on the Romanovs on Netflix, and like every other scene, like
I feel like that started with like Spartacus, though.
Yeah.
But Spartacus was literally just made to show people fucking and fighting. Like that show was not trying to be some like cultural phenomenon.
Spartacus, it literally was like fuck scene, fight scene, fuck scene, fight scene, fuck scene.
Yeah, dude. They like pan out and do like a big shot of the city, and it's like 1998 CGI. Like it looks like the shitty scenes in the Matrix. You're like, oh, okay.
Oh, nice. I might actually be able to do that on my own computer at home.
Yeah, like I can make this.
Yeah. Well, like the Lord of the Rings TV show that Amazon's making, like they've already announced that it's going to be for mature audiences and it's going to have like nudity and shit like that. And I'm like, it's Lord of the fucking Rings.
None of those people have sex in the book.
Nobody.
I want to see a couple hobbits go at it. Let's just be.
I mean, I'd be cool to see.
Go to Pornhub and type in digits.
Dude, check my browser history. I have. It's not the same.
Oh, touche. You like the hairy feet. I get it. But at the same time, like,
mixing Hungarian
finally see Frodo and Sam.
You want to talk about book adaptations that did right? I'm not talking about The Hobbit. That got stretched a little bit, but it was still good. A lot of bit, but sorry. The original 3 Lord of the Rings movies, okay? Especially when you nerd out and are willing to watch the extended editions.
Oh, yeah.
Such a great job of sticking to the books, filming all the best details, not fucking off from the books at all. Like those 3 movies and Peter Jackson's job he did on those, I think that's what really kind of fucked everybody's precedent. Was you had to have a story better than Lord of the Rings, and you had to make it look better than they did. And that is where the initial fuck on the fantasy genre really was.
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings set a precedent that no one touched until Game of Thrones was out again.
See, that's not even a fuck on the industry or the genre though, because they kind of just set the bar.
No, that's what I'm saying. They set the bar so high that like the shit you have to do to get to that level is either so theatrical or so just.
Well, I don't think anybody's willing to take the time either, because I mean, like Lord of the Rings is one of those things that is just like so. Like one of the reasons why I think it was so successful is it was well cast for one, and then also like when it came to all the special effects, they were using old technology. They were using miniatures and they were trying to fabricate as much as they could before they started to defer to CG. Yeah, and, Return to the King, there's a lot of CG, but but for the most part, all that stuff is actual fabricated like set pieces, and that's why it looks great.
Right, and that's why the old Star Wars movies still hold up, because they had to do that. They didn't have the computers to do the CGI shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's similar to, like, in my mind, it's similar to what like Marvel did to superhero movies. Like, so Game of Thrones was so successful that now every fantasy piece you see is over sexualized, like all this shit, super dark. You got one Jon Snow looking motherfucker, one Emilia Clarke looking motherfucker.
Exactly.
It's the same thing that Marvel did to superhero movies, because now anytime you see a superhero movie, you got to have at least 3 heroes in it. You got to have either it's got to be funny as fuck, or it's got to be dark and brooding. Like they
still haven't mastered that whole dark and brooding thing. Is like thing is like, because it like, well, especially with Marvel, because like DC's trying to be the edgelords of cinema,
Yeah.
But or at least the DC Film Company is, Warner Brothers or whatever. But with Marvel, man, it's like they just ruined their anything Disney related. They don't know how to pace anything nowadays, and they don't know how to like they have to cap things off with a joke, even if it's like a very serious thing. They have to be like, and here's a little joke, because guess what? We're still a family company, right. And it's like that was my problem with the new Star Wars movies. It's like the bad guys in that entire trilogy so incredibly incompetent.
Sure.
There is no reason there's no stakes, because they're gonna fuck up at some point, and you know that. And then like the second movie opens up with a your mom joke. It's
the only critical dislike opinion of the new Star Wars movies I accept so far. So keep going.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's true. It's like okay, I'm not scared of General Hux or whatever he is, because he's been proven to be an idiot like 9 times now. Like, he's just the butt of the joke. So it's okay.
First is like Tarkin could almost give Vader shit. So people were like, oh fuck, Grand Moff Tarkin.
Well, and he blows up a whole fucking planet without batting an eyelash. He's just
That's why I thought Rogue One was so good. Everybody, not everybody. People seem
Rogue
to
One was the shit.
No, Rogue One was the shit.
That movie.
Rogue One was actually really good.
I always love movies where everyone dies, or the people you're rooting for lose in the game, which is why I love Infinity War. And I love the Marvel movies. I'm a big fucking weeb for that shit. But I totally agree. Fucking the new Star Wars movies, Kylo Ren was pretty decent until he took his mask off.
Which was in the first movie. Yeah.
Like 20 minutes in. Like, you don't even... Yeah. You're like, oh man, this guy means business, and he's got a bit of a temper issue. And then
and that's the thing, right? With like Darth
Driver,
Vader,
you're like,
like fucking big old baby looks like Snape.
Yeah.
For real, it's literally like young Snape does Star Wars. That's a great way to describe those 3 movies.
Poorly explained Star Wars, the sequel trilogy. Yeah.
And Star Wars is like the one like little thing where I never go into it critical. I just make myself 10 years old again in my head.
Yeah.
Freak the fuck out the whole time because laser swords and laser ship. Like that's the way I choose to be with Star Wars, because of the way that, like, let's be honest. Episodes 1's trash out of the first 6, and we all know it. Episode 2's a whiny piece of shit, and Revenge of the Sith finally made us like the prequel trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Disney sham that has been a Disney sham. So I just, like, every time a new Star Wars comes, I'm just like, you know what, I'm going to be 10. I don't know shit about shit, and I'm just going to go freak out for 2 hours.
That's probably a better way to do it, for sure. Yeah.
Because with everything else, I'm a dick.
Well, it's like like Darth Vader, right? Like, when you first see Darth Vader, you're terrified, right? You're just absolutely terrified. I mean, he's literally wearing a Nazi helmet. Like, what the heck?
End scene to Rogue One, flowing into the beginning of New Hope.
Incredible.
Greatest reshoot I've.
No, it's amazing, because at that point, Vader's the only known Jedi in the galaxy, so he's basically a fucking god, and
Yeah.
and these guys are just like fucking. You can. It's God. It's so good.
Yeah, it's so well
I
done.
fucking
It's
love
so well
that
done.
scene.
And at that point, it's been 20 years too. So it's been 20 years of like tons of
most people don't even believe that Jedis are a thing.
And novel of literally him going around the galaxy and smiting anything that goes with the Force.
Right.
Like he just fucking kills it. He kills Force sensitive kids. Like his youngling killing isn't just a thing in the temple. Like Vader's about killing Force sensitive kids.
Yeah, dude, for sure. Yeah.
And like,
and that's the thing. And then you compare that to like Kylo Ren, who is like 0 for 3 in all of his lightsaber duels. Like
0 for 3
against people who've never picked up a fucking lightsaber too.
I think.
Yeah, exactly.
I love Adam Driver, but his Kylo Ren character was more of a bitch than Hayden Christensen's Anakin Skywalker. But that was done with intention because he was supposed to be like an angsty 18-year-old, which makes sense. But like, Adam Driver is not an angsty 18-year-old. He's an acting master. Give him a good.
He is. He's so incredibly good. Yeah.
I also just think the new movies have some of the worst fight choreography of any movie I've ever seen.
Have you seen that video where they break down that throne room fight scene with
That's
like Rey?
exactly what I was just thinking about.
Yeah,
it's absolute dog shit. Like none of their moves are. It's just like, all right, it's like the director just got him out there, threw him some fucking like sticks, and was like, all right, so here's what we need. We need at least 3 spinny spins from you, 4 spinny spins from you, and the rest of you, when their backs are turned to you, just do one of these until they turn back to you, and then fight.
Right?
They're fucking hilarious.
Like Ray Park and Liam Neeson took fencing lessons. Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen spent like 8 hours a day on set for like 3 months getting the choreography down for those lightsaber duels. Yeah. Don't fucking disrespect us like that, Disney. This is why I can't get into it, bro. This is why I can't get into it.
That's what worries me about a prequel series.
Okay, my thing with Disney, though, is when they do series, they do a lot better offshoots than when they do movies.
Well, no, I mean the prequel movie series that they're going to do. They're going to do like a High Republic series that happens like right before the first 3 movies. And my worry with that is how lightsaber heavy that time period would be.
Oh, yeah.
What they need to do is they need to give it to Jon Favreau and the cat whose name I forget that he keeps working with, because those are the only two folks doing anything great for Star Wars right now.
They just
was
Jon Favreau is basically like single-handedly saving Marvel and Star Wars.
I absolutely love that man.
He's great.
Who would have thought that guy would end up doing this, though?
Right? Isn't that interesting?
Like
Kevin
the guy
Smith,
who had like a 7-episode character on Friends, like that guy.
Yeah. Dude, he was on a bunch of those 90s shows. He was somebody on King of Queens, too.
Yeah, he was.
Well, that's kind of like how Paul Rudd was too. Like you saw him popping up in all these things in the 90s, and then he kind of went away for like 5-8 years, and then he came back, and now he's fucking one of the most recognizable faces in Hollywood.
That's fair. But I like the transition from like actor into writer. Like the creative side is a lot different. And I personally appreciate it, and this is biased because it's the side I'm on, but I appreciate like the writing and production side of film and shit more than I do the acting side personally.
Sure.
Well, there is the theory that that film and television are a writer's medium and theater's an actor's medium.
I can agree with that with you 110% actually, because when you're writing in like film and TV. Is I'm cutting in between scenes. I'm telling you exactly what I envision versus the stage. I hand you a manuscript, and it is your job to intimately, not through my eyes, even though like there's plenty of dress rehearsal, blah 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 blah. It's one take. You're not cutting every time. Stage is a different animal, and I will give stage. I'll categorize stage acting differently than I do film.
Yeah. Well, it's like good writing can save bad acting. Good acting cannot save bad writing.
That exactly.
Right, and that's what I was just about to say.
The Aragon movie. Jeremy Irons was the shit, and the rest of that movie was trash.
They made an Aragon movie.
They did.
But no, I was going to say, how many times have you seen it? How many times have you seen a great actor like
in a shitty fucking movie?
Stuck in a movie just because the writing's bad. Like they're doing the best they can.
It's like you do better than I don't like sand. Like how do you make that sound good? Like it doesn't matter if you got Daniel Day-Lewis playing the part.
James Franco was still
I don't like sand
in The Disaster Artist because that was a dog shit written fucking film. The Room is a piece of shit, and even James Franco couldn't make The Room better.
Dude, The Room is a. I think that movie was great, honestly.
Okay. No.
I've actually read the book Disaster Artist too, though, so I have it right there.
I haven't read the book, and how does that differ from the movie Disaster Artist?
Like it pretty much doesn't. That's the thing. Is like the book that the movie wasn't based off of The Room. It was based off of The Disaster Artist, and that was the guy who played Mark, the actor who played Mark, wrote that from his whole experience of like becoming friends with this guy and like just how fucking out of his fucking mind this guy was.
Yeah.
And so in that sense, like James Franco fucking nailed it. Like, I mean, first of all, that's like the most unreplicatable accent of any accent you could ever hear. Like Tommy Wiseau's voice and accent is like alien. He is not from anywhere.
He might be a robot. He might be.
Yeah.
I'm Tommy Wiseau. Like, what?
I like how there's just like people, there's just like, they're like, they don't know how he got the money, like, to do this. Like, there's just like, giant question marks about that dude.
And for him to be so like big,
I think it was
now,
gay porn.
Maybe.
A friend of mine told me that, that apparently Tommy Wiseau does not use valet parking because he's afraid the valet is going to fart in his seat. Like he has like this inordinate fear of the valet farting in his car seat.
AJ, how many car seats you farted in?
Literally every fucking one of them. Every single one.
Exactly.
Not a single car I got into did not. I almost shit my pants in a fucking BMW one time.
Even the 919 you stalled?
Yeah, dude. No, that was a Aston Martin Vanquish that I stalled 3 times.
Oh, you're right. You told me the 919 guy didn't let you drive his shit. He was like,
"You work as a valet?"
I used to for a long time. It was probably like 4 years of driving cars around, and
that would have been awesome.
It's crazy though because the hotel I worked at was a little strange because it was like a historical hotel, still a super nice hotel, but it was small enough and like in such a weird location that they have to do a bunch of deals to fill up rooms. So you get some like not fancy people in this shit. So it's like I would park like an Audi R8, like come back around with a fucking massive erection, and there's a beat up 1986 Toyota Civic with a fucking screwdriver as a key. Like, all right, no shit, dude. One time, this guy pulls up. It was like some late 80s Toyota truck, and he's like, "All right, so here's what you got to do: put this screwdriver into the ignition, turn it. Now you can take it out when it's on. Then what you got to do is pop it into the brake release hole." Or parking release hole, so you can shift fucking gears. And then you got to pull it back out, put it back into the ignition, turn it off, and put it back in. And you have to do it in this order: put it back in the hole, and then you can put it from neutral into park. That's the only way you can get the car to park.
And meanwhile, you're like, "Hey, you could get a new car."
I was like, hey, or you could park on the street, you fucking peasant.
I would have been like, dude, for $1,500, there is a 95 Civic, decade newer than this bad boy. Crank windows, the shifter works, and it comes with not 1, but 2 keys.
So even if you
$1,500.
even if you can take the key out of the ignition while you're driving, you shouldn't have to. Dink. The more
Oh,
you
and
know.
you can definitely pull that key out of the ignition while you're driving. Just no one ever thought to try. And the one time you're driving down the highway and you do, you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah. One time though, dude, I scraped the shit out of this guy's truck, and it was like my last car of the night.
Ooh.
And the night audit comes on, and they kind of take over for you. And my license was suspended at the time, so I didn't tell my work that I was not even legal to be driving cars, which is a big no. So you get it.
That's huge. Yeah, for sure.
And so I
Insurance
fucking scraped this dude's car, and I got to go fill out all the paperwork. And the night audit was coming up to like hand me a set of keys. He's like, "Hey, can you pull this one right around before you go?" And I'm just sitting there in the middle of the parking garage with this car, and I'm like looking at this fucking gash I put in the back quarter panel. I'm like, he's like, "Ooh." I'm like, "Yeah, dude, I'm kind of fucked. Like, I really can't afford to lose this job right now. And if I fill out the paperwork and put in my license number and all that shit, the minute they run it, they're going to realize I'm not allowed to be driving cars anyway." He's like, "Well, I'll just do the paperwork and say I did it." I was like,
what a fucking guy.
Came in clutch.
Homie.
Came in fucking
Wow.
clutch. And it turns out the guy never even realized that he had a scratch on his car, so we never had to file the paperwork anyway. But fucking super random story, but yeah. There you go.
That guy totally blames some poor little like brown kid who rides a bike in his neighborhood for that shit.
Right. Except for it was on the top fucking floor. Yeah, I fucked up. Fucked up.
It was on the top. What?
It was on the top floor of the parking garage, so there's like...
No, I know. He didn't notice, though. So, like, when he got...
Yeah.
Finally...
2 months later, when he finally did notice it, like, "Damn it, Jamal. I told you not to ride your bike around my truck."
That part.
Well, probably about time for another game, huh?
Yeah, this will be the last game of the episode. This is a scene where Beasley is a phone operator, and he is going to accidentally connect 2 calls. Both of you can create characters, preferably with an accent. Whenever you guys are ready, though, you can start.
Thank you for calling Bellstar South. Your call will be connected shortly. Doodly-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Meh.
Ronnie's Pizza Palace. How can I help you? Hello?
Hello?
Hello? It's Ronnie's Pizza Palace. If you want extra sausage, all you gotta do is ask.
Mike, I'm confused. Those two are on the phone together, and I'm the...
Yeah.
Okay.
We're on the phone together. I'm so sorry. My bad.
Said you bring an actor. No, I'm just kidding.
Alrighty. Okay, sorry. Let's yeah.
Your call will soon be connected by Bellstar South. Please wait a moment. Doodly-doo-doo-doo-doo. Nah.
Well, this is Ronnie's Pizza Palace. Do you want a pizza or not?
Alright, you can right to.
Is that gonna be a large?
Hey, large, you hear this fucking cunt? Hey, large. You realize that?
So, a large pot, what kind of
Large
toppings?
pot, he says. Hey, large pot, we got like a large pot with like sardines and like, let's see. And, cheesy stuffed bread, yeah. Hey, cheesy stuffed bread. Where the fuck are you?
I don't know, sir. It sounds like he's got a really big nose. Can you say that again? I got cheesy bread.
I will just show up to the police. We'll just show up to the police. We'll grab it there. What's your address?
He said something about the police, sir. I'm scared. Do you want marinara sauce with the cheesy bread?
Hey, marinara. It's like a wee dago, like.
I'm not wearing a dress, no, but I don't,
Okay. What you wearing then?
you dress, do we have ranch dressing? I don't know what he wants.
Are you cute?
I think so. I'd fuck.
He's a wee fairy. Aye, what a cute little poof.
I think he's into Game of Thrones. He keeps talking about fairies.
Aye, he's a wee fairy poof.
We don't have the cheese puffs anymore,
Aye,
sir.
tell me that, are you a wee lad?
And
I don't mean the French kind.
I do like to go wee, sir, but, I don't, is that gonna be...
Tell me, you got the Italian sausage, eh?
Yeah, we do have the spicy Italian sausage.
Alright, you'll be here in 30 minutes. Boys, time to go, pack it up.
He's bringing his boys, sir, lock the doors. That's all I got.
That was great.
Props to you, man. That's one of the best Scottish accents I've heard in a long time.
You ever seen the movie Trainspotting?
Yeah.
I was supposed to be in the off-Broadway version of that.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, the play version that was in New York. I was the understudy for the Ewan McGregor character.
Nice. That's awesome.
And then it got canceled, so I didn't end up doing it. But I prepared this whole fucking Scottish thing that I never got to use.
That's hilarious. That was
Nice.
spot on. Spot on.
It was really good. I'm a purveyor of great accents, and that one was fucking...
Yeah, that was great.
And killer.
You gotta add
accents.
like the jargon. Yeah, like the little Scottish jargon.
It's
like when
That's
they're
what
like,
sells it for sure.
It's the slanging shit and then like switching shit around that like their vernacular actually does.
right?
That's the super seller.
Or like they don't use contractions. They're like, hey, will they? Wouldn't they? Hey, don't they? Hey, don't they rile me up, man? It's all in the back of the throat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi,
Like I was
cat.
getting
Go away.
accosted by Fat Bastard the whole time.
Weston kills accents at work all the time, so I knew he would do a good job on that.
Oh, nice. What do you sell? Cymbals? Guitar strings?
No, guitars.
Nice.
Guitars. I answered the phone the other day, because Jim at work was like, what's your favorite accent to do? And I was like, oh, Scottish for sure. And he's like, oh, really? And he's like, do it. And I was like, sure. And I was about to go into it, and the phone rings. And I pick up the phone. I'm like, thank you for calling Guitar Center, Colorado Springs. We buy and sell used gear. My name is Nigel. How can I help you? and the guy's like, he's like, guitars? Hey, like you want like sales or like repairs? And he's like, guitars. I'm like, you want to buy one or you want to fix one? And he's like, I want to fix one. And I was like, hey, one moment. And then I transfer him over. Yeah.
When me and Mike used to work at call centers, like the first one specifically we worked at the end of the day, we'd sit around and do accent hour, cold calling these fucking people. And you will be very surprised how quick Indian people get fucking hung up on, or anyone who doesn't sound white.
Yeah.
And if you're an ununderstandable white, like a Russian, you get hung up on very, very quickly too. It's a great way to breeze through the last hour of your day.
My movement and stage combat teacher in acting school was an old Russian man by the name of Felix Ivanov.
That's an awesome name.
And he brilliant. He was like trained in Russia to be like a clown, and like, you know, he knows like 9 forms of martial arts. Like insane the life that this man has lived. And when Trump got elected, I was like, so what do you think, Felix? Kind of crazy times to be living in, right? Like everybody's like so like mad at one another, and I was like, what do you think? And Felix is just like, I grew up in Soviet Russia. This is fine.
What a
I've
fucking
seen this before.
perspective. Holy shit.
Yeah, he was just
Legit
like,
immigrants, like first generations, are just chilling through all the shit all these white people and like third, fourth gen kids have been freaking out about. There's so many first gens. Like, I mean, the streets aren't paved with gold, but almost. So we're getting.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, like they tried to take my grandfather to the gulag, and so I'm chilling here.
It's fine.
He says Guantanamo is only for Muslim. It is okay.
I see Putin is making his move.
Or he would talk about America. He'd be like, I live in the land of rock and roll. What more could I want? Oh god!
Holy fuck, that's fire perspective though. That's fucking fantastic. He had to listen to like polka his whole time growing up. Rock and roll was banned, so you didn't think about like freedom or fucking or electric guitars. Because
Who is this Ronnie
that's how you
James
start a
Dio?
revolution. Yeah. Who is this Dio?
Eddie Van Hoolen?
Is this a German boy? Does he play?
Yeah, right. Yes. We do not discuss the Germans in this household.
That's funny.
Well, what's the results there?
Well,
Oh, yeah.
Weston definitely wins, so DJ has to pull the first super punishment of, I don't remember what we labeled all the boxes, but I pre-picked one, and you actually just have to take a punishment that me and Beasley were supposed to do, and you can pick, so whichever one you want, you can pick one from each of us.
I'll do the lap dance one since that one hasn't been done yet, right?
Yep, that one's free.
Pick that one. Just because I still want to see Beasley wax his fucking armpit.
Hold on. You said pick one from each of us, though, right?
Yep.
Because I have
one from each?
I have a notepad of the ones that I have done. Like, I have a list of mine. And the one that might not be done is the armpit.
No, there's got to
You have another one, too.
Yeah.
There
you got
is one
another
more,
one for
but
sure.
I'm doing that one.
No, I get to pick.
No, he can
What's the
still
other
take
one?
it. Yeah, what's the
man.
other?
I'm
So
choosing the other
you
one.
have to post your phone number.
Oh, yeah, that one's awesome. Fuck yeah, all
like on
right.
a pull tab.
That was hilarious. Yeah,
sex
sweet. You
or
should have fucking
favors.
done that real quick, man. You fucked up. You should.
I should have done it quick because I had a backup plan. I was going to post that one with my phone number. Then there was going to be one across town with your phone number on it.
Oh, I have these up in cities all across America, so this will be one that I just knock out real
Excellent, dude.
quick.
We're just trying to open up a new market for your asshole.
Oh, dude, there is no market that's closed to my asshole. I don't know what you're talking
That's fine. We're just trying to get some touch.
about. That's the goal.
Why are internet marketing terms also secretly sexual?
Secretly, I think they're pretty overtly sexual.
I'm really looking for views and touch right now. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Are you a priest?
Dude,
Trying to get
The
the most
whole, like-
spread possible.
the whole like internet guru like culture type shit that's going on right now. Like I have so many white girls like on my fucking Instagram who are like talking about like sharing like these inspirational things that it's like ridiculous. It's like they're like, remember to eat. And it's like, you just discovered you have to fucking eat. Remember to drink water. Like, it's like, yeah, I do. You know why? Because I'm a normal fucking functioning person. Like, I'm sorry it took you a while to figure that out, but like, please don't tell me how to like perform a basic function.
Like all the pseudo influencers, they're like, you know what? Do your laundry sometime. It's like,
Yeah.
what?
Put it away
Yeah.
immediately after.
It's a Virgo moon. That means you have to sleep on your left side.
Yeah. God, yeah. White women ruin most things.
Oh
I
my
find.
god! Literally everything. White women single-handedly ruined the Black Lives Matter movement.
They did that.
White
they
women
certainly did.
ruined that. White women
Starbucks.
ruined Starbucks. White women ruined Chipotle. White women ruined medium rare steaks. White women ruined America.
What? When did white women start actually learning how to cook their steaks?
They
I've
don't.
never
They
met a
ruined
white
them.
woman.
That's what I'm saying. They ruined medium
All right,
rare.
I was gonna say I've never seen a white woman eat a steak that is not well done.
I actually
And I work in the industry, so I serve a lot of steaks to white women.
At our restaurant, the one steak we have is a filet, and we refuse to make it anything more than like almost medium well. If you order it well done, we laugh at you and send your waitress back to your table to go have a talk with you.
It's hilarious, dude. I anytime a white girl asks me for something like medium or medium rare, I literally put a little server note on there. It's like medium rare for a white chick, and then they just make it well. They're like, this is perfect. This is exactly what I wanted. Because I got sick of bringing them an actual medium rare and then being like, this thing is still bleeding. Like,
oh my god,
Yeah.
man, that's
The ukulele. White women have ruined the ukulele. Like to a point that like I'm at a place where I'm like, unless you're a fat Hawaiian man, just put it down. Just have nothing to do with it at all. I just don't want to see it. There's like so many pseudo musicians who are like just white girls who own ukuleles.
they can play 3 chords.
Like, yeah, exactly. And it's like, and they all sing in that same like breathy voice as well, where they're like, "We are the crystal," like every time it's the same shit. It's just like, yeah, there's no surprise anymore. I wish I could meet someone who was like a ukulele virtuoso, like just doing like shred stuff on a ukulele.
Yeah. Well, I'll start my.
I've heard Mike kind of shred a ukulele.
Mike is a good ukulele player. That's true.
Slap some uke.
Not this.
Not
one.
on the pod. Yeah.
My brother
you have to
though.
open next week, slapping some uke. That's what you have to do.
My brother actually
I
just
could do
told me that he met Israel, the Summer Over the Rainbow guy. I can't say his last name.
Yeah.
He was doing mushrooms on a beach, and they were around a campfire, and this lady walks up, and she's like, "Hey, this looks like a good time. Does anybody have a ukulele?" My brother's a musician, so he's got a bunch of shit. And he's like, "Well, yeah." So he brings it out. She starts slapping it like crazy, just this Hawaiian chick, and it turns out she was Israel's cousin, the fucking Izzy guy's cousin.
Oh wow.
The one song she refused to play was Over the Rainbow. She's like, "That's all you white people know." So she played all of his other shit.
Fuck yeah.
No.
Now I feel like an asshole because I don't know that dude made any other songs.
Right? Neither did anybody at the campfire that night, but now they're all huge fans.
Fucking super fans.
Wow.
Word.
Fuck. Well, I can't believe I lost again. Actually, I fucking can. Weston, you're a funny dude. I deserve to lose this week.
Yeah.
I'll take my defeat at the hands of
I'll upvote for
accents.
Weston to be a repeat guest.
Oh, thanks, man.
Dude, we should get him and fucking Trevor on here at the same time.
Oh, that'd be fun, yeah.
Make it a fucking mustache guitar center party. Mike, you have to shave your chin for that week, so everyone has.
Well, Trevor actually quit yesterday. Was his last day.
Oh, yeah, he's done.
Yeah.
Baba got his
Happy
face
for him.
off.
Yeah, I actually went to their show, and they were fucking amazing live.
Was it dope?
Yeah, it was a super good time.
Yeah, there's like 500 people there, right?
Yeah, it was fucking nice.
Good for them. Good for them. Yeah, Trevor said that they sold a ton of shirts.
Was it at Sunshine or the Sheep?
The Sheep.
Nice.
Yeah, it was awesome.
That's
I went to Sunshine that night because there was another show that my buddy was in, and the band that was after my buddy's band was led by a dude who had his face all painted white and was wearing a long black trench coat and had a red armband on his long black trench coat. And I was like, I don't know if you were going for Ghost Nazi, but
you definitely
nailed it.
Definitely pulled it off.
It's time to go home.
yeah, it was like, yeah, he got on stage and I was like, well, let's go. Yeah, Ghost. It's like you could have picked any color for that armband.
What is up? We are the Third Reich.
Yeah,
We're here to rock your boat.
Isn't that the crazy thing about the Germans? Like, there's so many Germans. like so many Germans were like, we didn't know we were the bad guys. And it's like, really? Because you were wearing black, red, and had skulls on everything. So how'd you not know?
Read a book, Germany.
I would like to note that the United States is essentially the evil empire in Star Wars.
It is true.
And yeah, no, just that. It's totally true, bro. Come on now.
Well, once Space Force gets off the ground a little more, and we start having our Death Star get built.
Oh, I'm so excited.
What do you think the ISS is, bro?
Can you imagine though, like
if it just turned out it was a laser the whole time?
Yeah, like, you know what? Activate the ISS, and just a fucking beam just starts sucking up the molten core of the Earth. Just a fucking.
You know, when Space Force got announced, I was like, that's got to be the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
I heard it first on InfoWars.
Oh, right? Yeah. But honestly, man, I've wanted to be a stormtrooper since I was like 5, so let's do this whole Space Force thing. I'm down.
Dude, my aim's good enough, so yeah, I'm down.
My aim's actually better than the average stormtrooper. I might get to be an officer, like, out the gate. Thank you, Tex.
All right. Well, where can people find you, Beasley?
Well, you can find me, on the internet at BeasleyF35 on Twitter, but you can also find, most of the content I'm helping produce and a part of at 2 Guys 1 Mic. You can follow 2 Guys 1 Mic anywhere that you're getting great content. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We've got a TikTok. There is DJ's OnlyFans where he spreads his butt cheeks. You can follow us on all of your major podcast platforms. Keep us on there. Where can we find you, Mike? Well, mostly just like, where do you post things? You're mostly doing stuff on the 2 Guys 1 Mic page, yeah?
Yeah, mostly on the Instagram lately. Instagram's probably the best place to get in touch with us. Send us some punishments to do. I'm about to refill all the jars. Weston, where can we find you at?
I'm actually not a big social media guy, but I do have a Facebook. Don't post anything on it, but I got one. Yeah, and then, I don't know, just keep an eye out on the television. Look for my name. I don't plan on changing it, so.
Oh, yeah.
Word.
Well,
DJ, where can we find you? Last but not least.
you can find me. I'm most active on my OnlyFans, R. Kelly Conway's Cuck. And other than that, DJ Smith 14 on everything else. I'm very similar to Weston. I don't post often, but when I do, it's probably going to make somebody upset. So,
all of my original posts upset people, and then get taken down by Twitter. I'm still upset about that not getting a screenshot beating Ari Shaffir to that. I'm pretty pissed. Fucking Kobe.
well, it's been fun, boys.
Have a great rest of your day, gentlemen. Sorry I woke up late.
Thank you all. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for coming, Weston.
Thanks for coming early. Hats off.
Yeah, sorry we had to do it the ass crack at dawn. I just worked fucking 9 jobs though, so I got it.
No worries, man. No worries. But yeah, I enjoyed it. It was nice meeting you both.
Yeah, man. I'm sure we'll see you again soon. So.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Cool, man. And Mike, I will see you very soon, I'm sure.
Yeah, I work on Friday.
Friday?
Yeah.
I might be trying to get Friday off, but we'll see.
Whatever, I'll see you at some point.
Alrighty, see you around.
All right, homies. Take it easy.
Bye, boys.